What's up, guys? My name is Chris.
I'm Otavio.
This is I Believe in That, and today we're here with
Vinny, Fabian,
Mark.
So today we're going to be talking about, is getting jacked worth it?
You say answers. Is it yes or no?
like yeah,
Well, definitely worth it. Yeah,
the effort and everything.
I think the effort's definitely worth it.
I think it's first of all, it's like good for your health. I mean, it's just looking good, like self improvement, and just like being strong in general. Just like good to have, like I guess it improves your confidence and everything like
The
that.
confidence is a huge factor. I think that's the most important thing. Like doing it for yourself and makes you a lot more confident. Like being very confident is like very important in life. I feel like.
I definitely think it's not even that much of an effort. I mean, it's going into the gym or anything you want to do. You don't even need to pay for a gym. You go in 40 minutes, 4 times a week, and for the benefits it has, for me, it's definitely worth it.
It's like what specific advantages would you say lifting gives you? Like in life, and it could be anything. Social,
Yeah.
like blah, blah, blah.
Well, I think socially, like having like the confidence is so important because like that affects your life in every way. Like socially, especially like you're able to project yourself more in conversations. Like people will give you like more respect. People will like it just changes your entire social life. I would say, and like it's a big part of how you appeal, like how you appeal and how you appear to other people. So I think it's important. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like a case of how people perceive you. Like you can be a complete like asshole, and if you're an asshole, like lifting, isn't going to change that. But like slight things people could perceive like better, or if you have a big glow up because of lifting, I think you could be the exact same person and not change your personality too much, but the way people treat you kind of changes. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just like I mean, with getting jacked or what, I'm not jacked yet, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, flex. Everyone like flex.
Bro,
Yeah,
It'll flex.
I don't want to
but I guess yeah, getting jacked is just like if you're at the beach, you like take off your shirt, you're more confident, you look better, and yeah, it's overall like a good thing to be, I guess, jacked.
Yeah.
So you guys say like since getting in shape or like getting in the gym, you guys like lose respect for fat people? Like you guys say it turned you fat phobic.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely think I'll never like peg someone down for being fat and trying to improve themselves. Like if I see a fat person running, it's definitely like admirable. But if there's like a clear desire to not change or just being comfortable with where they're at, I mean, it's not good. I think you should respect everyone. Like I was fat before, I know how that feels like. So
Yeah.
I definitely don't have a particular disrespect for anyone.
Yeah, I was also fat like for a lot of my life. Like when I was younger, like going in through like middle school and stuff, and like even like end of elementary school, and like I ended up losing a lot of weight. But that was before I even got into the gym and started taking it seriously. So I mean, I definitely relate to those people a lot because like I was one of them.
I mean, for me, I mean, I've never been really like but like I would never like make fun or like for a fat person if they're like in the gym. I would like they're there to be better and to try to be more confident and get those advantages.
You guys always talking about confidence. You guys talking about confidence. After going do you see a notable change in the amount of bitches you've been getting after posting pre-gym?
Well, here's the thing: confidence is like your perception of confidence. Like people could perceive your confidence like as perceiving you as being like having a lot of confidence, like that would make them more attracted to you. But like I think like the amount of confidence that like I felt is definitely more like whenever I'm going to the gym more, like whereas if I hadn't been going to the gym, like if I wasn't consistent like before, rather than more recently, like my confidence is definitely lower. But like in terms of like I mean I don't know, they can speak for themselves. I don't really know that.
Um, yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, like I feel more like I just feel better when I work out and stuff like that, and then the confidence again. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I mean, I kind of started at the stage of your life where you kind of started talking to girls, like freshman year. I mean, I know a lot of people probably start talking to girls before, but uh, so I can't really attest as much. Like, I don't know if that was just a matter of getting maturing, getting older, or like having a big change. Yeah.
I'll say this: if your main goal is to just get girls, then just trying to go to the gym for that is not going to work.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to do it properly.
I agree. Yeah.
You want to go to it because not only like should you enjoy it and should you want to go, but you also want to be able to push yourself as hard as possible. I guess if like in the back of your mind, like if you really really want a girl, if that's like the real motivating factor, like I guess you could always think about it, and it would help you push harder in the gym. But I mean, I'll say if that's your main goal, then you're not doing it properly because I don't know, most of those people don't end up taking the gym too seriously, in my opinion.
When did you guys start working out, getting in the gym?
December, like last year, like it's been like or like December, end of November, so like 7 months around. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah. So like I kind of started going to the gym like freshman year of high school, but like for mainly I want to say 3 years, it was like kind of bullshit, like very inconsistent. Like for almost 2 years of that, like we were like what people would call like like the broccoli heads or whatever you want to say. Like like we would just show up to the gym and do like 1 rep max bench press. We didn't actually work out. We just kind of did it to inflate our egos. But I would say like, yeah, it's honestly been since very recently that I've really have been the most consistent I've ever been. Like only a couple months now. Like I want to say that's when I can like feel like I can actually even say that I've been going to the gym like probably since the beginning of this year. Like that's when I've been the most consistent by far, and it shows because I think I'm at my strongest now, and yeah.
So you guys talk about broccoli heads, aesthetics, like the
Mhm.
reason why people go to the gym. Do you think like what do you like of all the reasons you go to the gym? There's like a couple. There's like what health, ego, aesthetics. Like what are the main reasons that you think people nowadays are going to the gym? Like other people you know.
Um, that's a good question. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's just aesthetics and ego. Like I think it's just people want to have that like desirable body and just have that ego or just like be like, oh, I bench 225 and just or 315 or whatever.
Yeah.
And just be like have that ego, so that you're like stronger than someone else.
I mean, I agree, and I'm not gonna say like I completely outgrew that because there's always like, I think that's just a human desire to want to like, like outwork people and
You always have it in the
be
back
better
of
than
your
people. You
head.
always have it in the back of your head, but I think if you never outgrow that, like it's just kind of a shitty way to live your life. Just always like comparing, because it's like the saying comparison is the
It's a
thief of all
thief of
joy.
joy,
Yeah.
Mm.
Like if you're always going into the gym every day just to meet some random dude who doesn't even know who you are, and it's not for
Exactly, yeah.
yourself, like you're just
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. Yeah. I tried to get over my own ego too, and like when you're in the gym, it's really I think it's important to kind of not have your ego show too much. Like you can always feel what you want to feel. Like I'm not bringing people down for that, but like trying to boast, like like your bench, like at the end of the day, no one cares. Like you're going to the gym
Yeah,
for
no-
yourself. Like you should be going to the gym for yourself. You shouldn't be going for other people.
there's always
because-
something stronger too. So
Exactly. There's always someone stronger, and you shouldn't be comparing yourself because you will see like how much more joy you feel when you get to actually compare yourself to your previous self and see how much you've grown. So I think that's what people need to focus on the most. Yeah.
Do you guys like diet? Like do you guys do that? Like you go watch your car, like watch your macros and all that stuff.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, we watch our macros. Like for me, I definitely watch how much protein I'm eating because you need to eat a certain amount of protein. Like the the studies always fluctuate. Like some people say it's 0.7 grams per pound of body weight, or if it's 1 gram, like I try to eat 1 gram, sometimes a little less than that. But I try to get my protein in. I try not to eat unhealthy. Like the protein I'm getting, like I'm trying to make it like ground beef or like chicken or like stuff that people should be eating. I eat vegetables. Like you get your fiber and stuff. You eat some fruits. You can have the occasional sweet. Like it's not going to hurt you. And you want some carbs in the morning or whenever you're going to go before the gym because you need energy. But I'll say that's like how my diet is. Like I don't really like by dieting, like those crazy diets. Like
You eat fast food. You guys eat fast food.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
still eat.
occasionally, I try not
I've
to.
definitely cut it out a lot.
But it's like you cut it out a lot.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
it's
different
different
from
Chipotle,
like
that's really like kava.
Like that stuff just like is not good for you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
as baseline. But like
You consider Chipotle and like kava, like bowls.
I actually think Chipotle is kind of good.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
yeah, it's
I think Chipotle.
What do you guys think of seed oils?
Cedo is a
I don't
bit.
know
That's a good
much,
topic.
but people say it's bad, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't really think it's that bad.
What is Cedo?
You think it's oversaturated?
Olive oil,
I think it's oversaturated.
sunflower.
Like how much
Yeah,
you put on them?
yeah.
I think in very little people that's the main problem with their diet.
Like what does it do? Like
What
what?
seed oils?
Like what does it do?
Explain.
Well, yeah, I think what people are trying to get at is that it's inflammatory and it's like kind of imbalanced in like the omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. So it causes
Explain it in like stupid.
yeah, that just causes inflammation in your body. But like we have a lot of like literature that says like not really. And a lot of the people that are hitting on them like smoke and don't sleep enough and drink alcohol, which are all worse than seed oils. I definitely think there's better alternatives. Like I never cook with seed oils at home. I try to cook with
Yeah,
avocado,
olive oil.
Olive oil, yeah.
So what does your guys' like weekly workout routine look like?
I think we're all the same, right?
Well, I run upper lower split. What do you guys run?
Upper low.
Upper lower.
I do push pull legs.
Upper lower is the
Yeah,
best.
I just enjoy it. I don't-
Explain. Yeah, we need explanations.
I
I'm
mean-
not a big gym guy.
Right now, I have like or push pull legs. It's a 6-day split. Like they're upper lower. It's like technically a 4-day split, but you could do
Yeah,
more
you could
if
do
you
more-
want.
you could do a little more
You
if
could
you
do
want.
more.
I do more.
I mainly do push pull legs just because I kind of like I enjoy doing or I want to go to the gym 6 times a week. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I just might as well do push pull legs. And then I like doing like the individual like push days and pull days and yeah, with like
Yeah.
upper lower. If you want to go 6 times a week, you need to like lower sit 3 times a week. And I'm not a big
You could
fan
just
of
skip the lower day, the extra lower day.
I think Fago brings up a good point with what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's very important. If
that's
you enjoy
probably
whatever,
yeah.
the splits at the end of the day really aren't going to make too much of a difference unless
Yeah.
like I think a bro split is objectively horrible. Like when you're doing chest day one day, you're doing like whatever one muscle group the next day. That split is not
Yeah.
good because you're not maximizing anything, and you're going to be it's not good.
At the end of the day, like it's kind of like trivial how much the difference is between different splits. Like I've seen big dudes that like, and the gym is very anecdotal because you can't argue with a guy that's bigger than you, who's been training the same amount of time, and he's been doing a bro split. Like where you just have to say it's the diet, the genetics, and like the recovery are good.
Yeah.
So I think whatever you like is probably the best thing. Like the studies always change. Like for me, if the studies say upper lower is good, I'm not gonna like go against that. And I'll try it out because I think most people are science based to a degree.
So you guys all hit legs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just hit my
Yeah.
lower day to day. Yeah. Intensity is the most important thing though. Not your split. 100%. Just training hard. as much
Same.
leaving 100% in the gym and eating well. Those are the two most important things. Nothing else really comes close.
So what about cardio?
Cardio.
Um, I don't do
Don't
cardio
lie.
because on God, put it on God. Because I don't feel the need to be any leaner than I am right now, and like if I want to do cardio, I just play basketball or something that I enjoy.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
You can
yeah.
get cardio in any way you want. Like you don't have to do Stairmaster in the gym or whatever. I mean, it's pretty good, but
Yeah.
recently, I mean, I was doing Stairmaster for like a couple weeks and then I just kind of stopped because like what he said, like I don't know, I'm like 155 right now, so like I guess there's not really any point, but I think cardio, like I think Stairmaster is a great cardio exercise actually for people who want to try losing weight. You'll burn like 250 calories, low intensity cardio for like 20 minutes. It's pretty good.
I think if you can do cardio, you should, because it's better for your health than,
Yeah, it's good for your health.
like, for your heart and for your lungs. Like it probably might do more for your health in the long run than lifting weights. Not to say one is better than the other. You should probably do both. But like at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite, I rarely do cardio because I'm lazy. It's like I don't go to the gym because it hurts. Like pretty much. No, I probably should. Like, but yeah.
What
Yeah.
like what wait, so you said you're 155. What are you trying to get to? Is there like a
I'm
like,
trying
you guys
to-
got a goal or like what's up?
So with my weight right now, I'm not trying to lose anything else. I'm happy with what I'm at right now in terms of weight. It's all like it's pretty subjective because I'll have to see like what I'm looking like in the next month, and, like what my weight is, because like that weight will probably end up being muscle because I'm eating pretty lean right now. Like I'm only really consuming the stuff that I need. I would say. So I would say, I mean, weight is like in terms of like the gym when you're trying to get stronger, like focusing on your weight is kind of like a hard thing to do because you don't know what it is that you're actually gaining because you might be gaining muscle, you might be losing fat at the same time, you might be gaining fat, like you don't know. So like I think weight's kind of like a hard thing to think about.
I agree with that. But I mean, if I would put a certain weight, I'm like 155. If I could get to like 165, which is like I guess like pure muscle, but that's a lot of
Yeah, put on 10 pounds. Anyone wants to put on 10 pounds of
But
muscle, yeah.
like, yeah, I mean that would take probably 2 years maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 220 right now, and people definitely overestimate how much muscle they really have under all the fat. People assume they'll just drop 5 pounds and be like ripped.
Yeah.
And if you just like, I mean, I've been in this game of just slowly gaining weight, and when I had to do a cut last year, like I didn't have to, but like when I cut last year, like it really made me realize how hard it is
Mhm.
to actually drop that weight. But for me, the goal is just like probably 200, like lean, like 200 ripped. So it's gonna take me probably
Like when I first started, I bulked. Like I was probably a mix of muscle and fat. Like I started at like 135, and I like bulked up in like 3-4 months. I bulked up to like 160
Mhm.
but it was probably a mixture of like beginner gains like with muscle and fat. But like
Yeah.
I bulked up a good amount. Like
Yeah, people need to stop if they're trying to bulk specifically. You do not the dirty bulk. You never fall for that propaganda. It's horrible. You don't want to just stuff your face with a bunch of garbage, thinking that that's going to make you stronger in the gym because it's not. You're just stuffing your face with a bunch of garbage. You need to eat properly, and if you want to eat and gain weight, you got to eat a lot of protein and you got to eat a lot of vegetables and like other stuff that's good for you. That's how you're gonna properly bulk.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to like bulk up to a healthy body fat, because yeah, you don't need to keep this like you don't need to just put on 100 pounds to bulk. But if you're like ripped or if you're really skinny, you probably do need to put on like 20 pounds, of, like give or take of fat to be like in the optimal condition to put on muscle.
Yeah, there's some people that do need to actually gain.
But yeah,
fat.
it's never
Yeah.
gets a dirty bulk. You just like eat McDonald's because yeah, it's not going to turn into muscle, obviously.
So you think like everyone should have a little bit of body fat percentage?
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you think it's bad to be like too lean, too shredded?
I think if
But
people
year
are
round,
sub
yeah.
5 body percent, like that's
No,
not
I
something
mean
I would
sub 10 isn't like really sustainable. Like if you're putting on muscle and you're sub 10 year round, like that's probably only
And
attainable.
it's
with
also like
steroids.
almost impossible to do that. And if
Yeah.
you're able to maintain it, and from what I've heard, people just feel like
Yeah.
trash all day. Like they just feel horrible.
Yeah, people don't really understand like that. Like if I can sidetrack, like people, you hear people who don't live saying they're like 7% body fat, which is just not true. Like
Yeah.
7% body fat,
Everyone's always undershooting their.
you can see
body
ad.
fat.
How much body fat percentage are you guys? Do you guys know?
Leak it.
No.
Yeah, I could probably estimate like 23 to 25 probably.
Mhm.
I'd say.
Probably like
Mm.
20.
I think like 15 maybe.
Yeah.
6 like maybe a little.
You talked about steroid. Yo,
What about you, Chris? What's your body fat?
body fat? Okay, yeah, that's what me.
Yeah.
No, I can't leak that one. That was
You can't leak. So what supplements do you guys
yeah,
take?
exactly.
So,
Do they do like creatine? They like creatine.
Yeah, I think creatine.
I've been on off creatine. Like I've never like I did it for like the amount of time that you should be seeing some kind of like difference, like whether it be
Mhm.
minimal. I personally don't think I respond to creatine. I mean, some people don't respond to creatine as well as other people. I mean, and also creatine in general just kind of doesn't do too much for you. Like it's a very minimal, increase in like how your muscles, I guess, like they just look slightly fuller because like the water that it allows your body to hold. But I don't know. I think these guys take creatine every day.
Yeah, it's more like a benefit in the gym, like the intensity it lets you
Yeah.
reach and
And
like,
I personally
helps
never
you.
really felt too much of a difference.
I mean, it's hard to really track that because
Yeah.
you're never going to be able to monitor the same exact lift with all the same conditions and creatine and no creatine, like the
you're
variable.
probably right.
But I mean, it's the same thing as the split. Like if you're leaving gains on the table by not taking it,
Mhm.
it's not that expensive. It's not that inconvenient. It doesn't taste that bad. So for me, it's just like, why not take it?
Yeah, I agree with Vinny. I also take other supplements, but that's mainly because my parents take it. Like I take like vitamin D, like magnesium, and like zinc, and also like fish oil.
Yeah, it's
So
good.
like,
I take my
yeah,
vitamin gummies every morning.
Flintstone gummies.
Yeah.
That's a good. I think Fibbo has a good like
Testosterone maxing.
shelf. Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people don't eat enough zinc. Like you see the foods that
Everyone is crazy vitamin deficient these days because everyone's just indoors and they're lying around on their bed all day. They're not getting enough. Vitamin D is like big deficiency. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like people don't really eat all that much like fish, like oysters, like the stuff that actually has like
Mhm.
magnesium, zinc,
Yeah.
like nuts. Like, people really don't have a balanced diet.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a big fan of like kiwis for that reason. If you've heard that, like,
You're a
like
kiwi guy?
cells, yeah. Like kiwis have most vitamins and minerals, and then eggs too.
Yeah. Eggs.
Try
Eggs are
to get-
great. Don't let people confuse you and tell you that eggs are bad for you because they're not. They're a superfood. Eggs
Yeah.
are really, really good for you, especially the yolks.
What do you guys think of red meat?
I think red meat's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good for you. I mean, you don't want to eat it. I think that you still have to eat it in some form of moderation because it is high in saturated fats, which are not the best for you. But red meat is definitely not bad for you. It has a lot of really good stuff in it, and I mean, it's a great source of protein. So all around, it's pretty good. I think ground beef is great. Steaks are great. I think red meat's pretty decent. Yeah.
For me, a good philosophy about diet isn't like limiting a food, like limiting meat or limiting vegetables. It's limiting like certain components of them. So if your source of saturated fat is meat, but you don't really have a source outside of that, of any saturated
Oh
fat,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah, then you're fine. But if you eat like a pound of butter,
No, red meat's great for you. I mean, I think most meats besides, I would say pork, are pretty good for you.
Did you right?
Yeah. I'm not crazy.
So what do you guys feel about like ashwagandha and sea moss?
So we actually had a friend with an experience with ashwagandha that was on it for
Yeah.
he took ashwagandha for quite some time, and he said he didn't really report too many side effects of it or really.
he felt that he didn't really care about substance.
No, honestly, me, like when I took it, it turned me into Batman. Mad option.
Yeah.
They always roll out.
I've
With,
never
like,
taken ashwagandha before.
yeah, they always roll out with a new like herb from like China.
Shilajit, all that.
It's
Oh, yeah,
it's
shilajit,
you're probably
yeah.
fine with that.
All
And
that
then, like,
stuff.
just think about like your. I mean, I really don't like this argument of like your ancestors, but it's true. Like none of our ancestors took that because it only grows like
It's like a root in India.
in India. Yeah. So my ancestors were taking that; they were fine. It's just
Mhm.
the main takeaway is just people aren't like mobile and like active enough. It's just being more like active, more mobile, not having a sedentary life, and then just eating whole foods, and you'll be fine. You don't need to take anything.
Most people's natural intuition of what's good and what's bad is usually what's going to be,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you hear this thing about intuitive eating, and people disagree with that, but I believe in that. It's just if you're like overweight or underweight, you probably just don't have a very good intuition.
Mhm.
But if you're healthy and you've been eating intuitively, like I think that's fine.
So you would say like most people eat unhealthy. They always know they're eating unhealthy. Like,
Yeah, I
right
think most
before they
people
take
who
a
are eating unhealthy probably know that they're eating unhealthy. Like,
Mhm.
especially on the extremes of both sides. That's why people get guilty eating, like they get
Mhm.
guilty when they eat something because they know that it's probably not the best thing for them.
I might disagree with that. Just like looking at a global perspective of everything, that not everyone like will have the education to understand
Mhm.
like what's healthy, what's not, what like protein is, what supplements they need to take. Like people don't care about that
Mhm.
because they're working a job.
Yeah.
It's just what's convenient, what's they can afford. Yeah. So it's maybe not everyone.
Well, I mean, yeah, the affording thing, some people say like fast food is, it's for like people who can't afford it. I mean, I still think healthy, you can eat healthy and still,
Yeah,
spend relatively cheap amounts of money.
It's
It's
cheaper
not,
to cook.
some people think it's expensive to eat healthy. And I don't think that at all. Yeah.
It's nothing cheaper to cook. It's just like
Yeah.
I mean,
time.
what?
More time to cook.
Not even the
food.
time. It's just like you've never lived in like what they call a food desert. There's no supermarkets. You
Yeah.
can't get Whole Foods.
Yeah.
You should live near bodegas. It's what's accessible and what you know and what you're comfortable with.
Mhm.
Some people might not have like the right utensils and
Yeah, I guess-
not utensils, the right like cookware. So yeah, I mean, I guess not everyone has the same possibilities in life.
How much do you think your diet affects like your gains or your gym, everything?
Like a percentage,
Yeah, like yes, the number
It's extremely important.
75%.
It's- I think it's
more
more
important than the
There's three
workouts.
things that
Yeah,
are
yeah.
important: sleep, diet, and intensity. That's literally the only things that matter. The only things
Yeah.
that I can think of.
I could honestly say for the most part, working out is kind of like a pass fail class where just it's a question of do you work out or do you not work out, and that's going to be most of it. Like again, like 3/4 of it, and then the rest is just how intense, like how much intensity you have, how you program it, how much like your recoveries, and mostly it's just sleep, like
Yeah.
staying
Sleep is
hydrated
so
and diet.
important.
With like food, I mean, if you don't eat proper diet, you can't fuel yourself. Like you don't have carbs, you can't fuel yourself for your workout. Or, I mean, some people try to not have carbs and work out, but it's kind of hard. I mean, it's
You
just
need
not
carbs,
the
yeah.
protein, like not having enough protein. You like, like your muscle growth will like you won't grow as much.
Yeah.
Some advice for people who lift and don't really see results, definitely like in our age group, I think like any drug, any
Like, get on gear?
substances.
Yeah, would y'all ever hop on gear?
Oh wait, let him say this. Let him say this.
No. So gear's not the topic. We're all natural here,
We're all
and
natural.
you saw our physique.
Everyone's natural.
There'd be no
Yes.
doubt about that. Like none of us look really that crazy.
Yeah.
I'm saying more like drinking, smoking,
Uh-huh.
vaping, and like even weed. Like people always have this mentality that weed doesn't affect like anything, like you can do it. But I mean, I've never tried it, but I don't see how, because like how it could be, how could you could simultaneously like control like weed usage and the gym, because some days I go into the gym and I take pre-workout and I have a bunch of caffeine in me and I still don't really like feel particularly motivated and like energetic. How you could smoke weed, which supposedly like brings you down, like slows you down, and still like hit a good lift. I definitely think it's better if you don't do anything with that.
Well, alcohol is actually like I mean, I don't think anyone around our age is like big drinkers, but like in general with the gym, like it actually does hinder your muscle growth. Something I saw recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Testosterone, right? It affects
It's everything.
everything.
It's pretty bad for
Excellent.
you, but
Yeah.
if you can do it in moderation, you can enjoy yourself, and then just know that you have to balance that out. Like, I mean, we all had graduation recently. I'm sure we all like partied and ate a lot for the graduation parties, and so just this week I'm taking it slow with everything, trying to eat as little as possible, which isn't that good, but like I had a bunch of cheesecake and fast food. So yeah,
See you though. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats to all of us.
Congrats, yeah.
Congrats. Congrats.
All right, so let's go back to the other question I was saying. Did y'all ever hop on gear, testosterone?
Would we ever help?
what were you
Yes.
having?
Have you?
Would I-
Have you?
Will you?
Would you?
Would I ever?
I will probably hop on TRT when I'm like 50.
That's actually a thing though.
That's like
I might too. Like when you get older, like when you're like
Oh.
even in like your 30s, like sometimes 30s, 40s, 50s, like that age range.
Yeah.
A lot of guys will hop on it because they're just natural
And it's
alcoholics.
prescribed by a
And
doctor.
it also gets prescribed, and it obviously would help you in the.
I'm definitely very curious about like peptides. If you've been
Yeah.
following that.
Yeah, I've been seeing stuff on
Yeah.
that, like with the MK and that stuff. Those aren't actually SARMs, classified as SARMs or any of that, but like with MK, like it makes you get a really big appetite, and you can become diabetic off of it. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with those.
I would definitely hold off.
I would never, like, I personally wouldn't do that stuff because the gains that you like, people will always say that they're not going to, but like if you hop on that stuff, you're always going to chase something better. Like realistically, you're going to chase something slightly better. Like a few months later, like the peptides would probably lead into TRT, which would lead into like gear, which would lead into like a trend, would lead into all this stuff, and you'll end up down a rabbit hole, which is like that is what's going to happen because the gym is a constant chasing of something that you'll basically never achieve, right? Like you're never going to have the next physique. Like you're going to keep chasing and chasing and chasing new physique. I think that's what makes the gym fun. But I think if you're staying natty, you get to do it for longer. You can do it more healthy, and I think being healthy is better than not. Yeah.
I think if you break that objection to any like gear or any even peptides, like once you break that, like do
Threshold.
I put something in my body or not?
Uh-huh.
It's very easy to just go down the rabbit hole, and you end up
Mhm.
like a lot of these bodybuilders don't even look good. Like they look big, but they don't look good. Like
You'll get the pimples, you get like the crazy
Yeah.
veins. Like some people want that, some people don't. But like most of the time, I think good looking natural physiques will always beat out a good looking like enhanced physique.
Yeah.
And that's not even like me. That's not even me lying. I genuinely think that.
I think there's some very good looking like unnatural physiques that you just don't know are unnatural. Like you see these guys that were like
Doing the wrong
120 pounds, and then 2 years they're just like insane.
I think
physiques.
naturally
really
jacked bodybuilders look better than professional bodybuilders.
Like, they don't look better than like Mike Mentz or like Joe Statics. Like there's some very nice physiques that are on gear. It's just they know how to do their cycles very well, and some people are very responsible with their cycles.
Yeah.
Like you see, like Mike Israel, he looks.
I think
looks a
I think you can be like too big. I think you can be like
I think
that's a
too big,
question,
too
yeah.
big or like too like
no hate on these guys. Like they're all bodybuilders. They love what they do.
yeah.
But
I mean, some hate to some of them with like fake natties. Like, I think that's very
Yeah.
common.
So you guys would say like once someone's like to a certain point, it's like too obvious they take like PEDs.
there's
like, that was-
very like it gets obvious. It definitely gets obvious. Like when they start, maybe not when they first start hopping on, but like when they're hopped on and like they're doing it consistently, like the pimples are crazy. Like you'll get acne scars. Like most people end up getting
What's the
those.
biggest telltale sign for you guys?
I think the veins,
Yeah.
100%, because no one gets popping veins. Like you can easily get veins working natty, but they look so much different.
It looks
when
like a
you're on
snake on
something.
the
Like,
skin.
it looks completely different. Like it's you can easily tell.
For me, it's like the digital footprint. Like you can
Mhm.
scroll down another page and you see they put on 100 pounds of lean muscle. Oh no, that's like exact. It's way too like crazy. But they'll put like
a big,
Yeah.
they'll put on a large amount of muscle, like a very noticeable amount of muscle in a short period of time. Like you see like Hollywood actors and they try to sell you all this bullshit. Like they'll be like, oh, this is I worked out 4 times a day and I had this meal. And it's all a lie. Like when they start giving you those really complicated weird stuff and try to sell you something, that's the big telltale sign. And you can see they like how they got in shape for that role so quickly is impossible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth.
oh yeah, like Thor. How to get Thor physique.
It's also edited. It's like in post.
Oh, because that's good.
Yeah.
Like what like TikTok or
Inspired
whatever,
you.
like
I would say like my whole life I always idolized like Ronaldo. I know that's a lot of guys. Cristiano Ronaldo is like a huge inspiration for me. Like,
Is he natty?
I remember doing like
course he
average.
is.
Yeah. I remember doing like he's not even like crazy big. He's just really jacked.
Uh-huh.
Like I would do like 5-minute ab routines when I was like 7, at like my bedtime because of him. And when I actually started lifting weights, I know like Noel Dazel. He's I don't know if you've seen him.
Yeah.
Influencer. I think he has a very like positive view on bodybuilding and getting into shape, and he was definitely a big inspiration for me to start.
Yeah, Loki didn't have a social media that influenced me is just this one dude who went to our school.
Wait, say.
J Dog, you know that boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Shout out,
I don't know,
J Dog.
that boy got me into the gym when I was in ninth grade. I remember I was in the same rabbit hole as him. Like that's when I was trying to lose a bunch of weight, and like but I was just skinny. Like I was like a skin and bones kind of dude, you know. But I was trying to do like the ab workouts at home and like get on the cardio, and I thought like I would get ripped and jacked and whatever. And I had no affiliation with the gym. And then he's like, "Yeah, you should come to the gym," and he gave me some split, which is what I started with. And ever since then, like that's what got me into the gym. Like not saying I didn't really work out to a full extent. Like I'm still doing the stupid benching and all that, but that's what got me in.
Yeah, for me, it was mainly like, I mean, I like after our soccer
Your
season,
dad?
or like it's part of, but after the
Father's
soccer
good, yeah.
season, I didn't want to continue playing soccer for like a club team, and I knew I would have like no sports for the next like 8 months, and my dad's always on my ass about being lazy, and he's also a big gym goer, so like I started going to the gym, and also all my friends work out, so yeah, I started going mainly because of my dad and my friends, yeah.
So what about like, all right, there's like one guy that I'm thinking of, and this is the guy like not saying he inspired me, but it's like it was all over TikTok like a couple years ago. David Goggins. Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? Who's gonna like those guys? No,
Yeah, I think it's really. I mean, he's a really cool guy. You know, like
Yeah.
he was in the army. Like he's an inspiration for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that approach to the gym, like that, it's like, well, the gym is war, and like running is war. Like it's not, dude. Like you like it. Don't act like you don't like going to the gym. That it hurts.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand whatever.
You don't have to like make them all seem negatively connotated. Like I don't know. Like people enjoy that stuff. Like it's like seeming like you have to always put discipline. I mean, it's important to have discipline, but like to some extent, like you can enjoy going to the gym and work as hard as you want. Like you can enjoy working hard like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with that.
Are you guys big believers in discipline? Like I recently, I've gained a new way of looking at it, where like. I mean, it's always good to have discipline, but more like passion, like not having to, because the connotation with the word discipline is that you're forcing yourself to do something you don't want to do. Whereas like passion, you like doing that. And I think that's always more sustainable. Like just finding a way for it to fit in your life, in your lifestyle, and for you to just go and enjoy what you're doing for 40 minutes to an hour.
Let's say sometimes for most people, passion dies out pretty quickly. Like you can have the initial motivation, you have the passion for a little bit, and then it'll start to die out, and then they'll just stop going to the gym or whatever it is. They'll just stop doing it because it died out, and that's where discipline comes into play. You need to have some kind of discipline to keep you on that track because the discipline will end up leading back into motivation once you realize that you're making progress on something. And I think people quit too soon. I think that's a big issue.
I mean, for me, like if I don't feel like going to the gym, I don't go because I'm already an established like gym goer, so I know I'll go the next day.
Exactly.
But if I don't feel like going, I think that's just gonna end up harming my lift more. Where I could just like if I'm gonna go do it at like 80%, like I'm not gonna half-ass it, but I'll do it like 80-90% of what I could the next day, where I can give it 100% and genuinely have like a great lift and just save my energy for that. So I think that's another way.
Well, like,
about it.
yeah, I mean, I don't really do that since I have like a 6-day split. It's not as much like leeway, but I guess with their upper lower, it's much more like leeway to.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Actually,
actually
tap in, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, with the discipline, I think discipline's very important. Like, I think it's just like there's a lot of shit that people don't want to do, and just like it's just like normal, just like regular stuff that nobody wants to do, just in your daily life, just getting out of your bed. Like some people
You'll
just
always have work,
Yeah.
bro. Everyone is always gonna have some form of work in their daily lives that they don't want to do. And that's just how we have to live. Like, there's no other way. Like, you got to just do it.
You guys don't like hitting legs?
I've always tried to force myself to have passion. I think I actually am enjoying it more recently.
Yeah.
Because like I kind of enjoy leg press and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I've never been a huge fan of it. I've always had a big passion for the rest of my body.
Yeah, like I enjoy, like, sometimes the only thing is that I've had bad knee problems in the past, so sometimes it like hurts when I work out, but I think it's fun though sometimes to just like give your best and just push like a bunch of weight. Yeah, yeah.
What do you guys feel about the age-old question? Bodybuilder versus small MMA fighter. Like
Who's winning?
Bradley Martin,
Like the
260.
physique, like what physique's
Nah,
better?
who's winning in a fight?
Okay, I mean,
260 Bradley Martin
Or Demetrius.
or Demetrius Johnson?
Yeah, or I think Demetrius Johnson would probably win.
I think that's
Or it depends on like what type.
It depends
of fight.
what.
Who do you think?
like,
No,
what-
who do you think could bench more?
Bench
No.
more.
Who trains for
Okay.
strength and who trains to fight? Obviously, the guy who trains his whole life to fighting is going to win in a fight because that's what he specializes
Skill.
in doing. Yeah.
But you think at some point it becomes like too much of a weight?
I mean, you can look at
difference?
the
I mean-
people. I mean, neither of them were fighters, but what was it? It was Thor versus Eddie Hall, and like people are like, oh, Eddie's gonna win because that dude's the strongest dude on earth. But like, he got his ass whooped, I mean, I don't know.
Is Thor a fighter?
Who the fuck? Wait,
No, there's like another strong.
he's
Yeah,
not
no,
a fighter
yeah.
either, yeah.
But does he not? No, does he fight?
But yeah, wait.
Does he train?
No, I said neither of them were fighters. I just-
Oh, okay, no. I mean, Thor's a lot taller. Than him.
Yeah, no, yeah.
He's like what,
People
like
were
7
saying-
foot tall?
Yeah, I just remember people were saying like that stuff.
Wait, they fought?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
actually,
I
I've
never
never
saw.
some MMA fights.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Thor, he's a lot more athletic. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot more lean. Like,
No, but I think like I don't know. I think it depends what bodybuilder you're putting against what MMA fighter. Like weight class is a big deal. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends.
I mean, like, I feel like it's kind of difficult because Demetrius, like, I feel like he would have to, like, if they were just like right next to each other, like having a fist fight, it's kind of hard for him to. I feel like
I think
I don't know MMA that well, but like him
Just
having
try
to
to
like
leave.
try to grapple him or like,
I would give
like,
Brandon
how
Martin
it
1
really
minute.
works.
One
But
minute.
yeah,
I would give him 1
I
minute.
agree with that.
1 minute in a fight, dude. Like no, like he's a trained killer, bro. Like Demetrius, like Mighty Mouse, like
Because you would not have to grapple him even.
Yeah, you just like
You could.
throw.
he could get on his, he could jump on his back and just
Fast,
choke him out. Like
Yeah.
it's not even a competition, but like it's a loaded question. Like who's a better soccer player, Ronaldo or LeBron?
I mean, you never seen LeBron play.
Yeah.
Well,
The Champions League.
like you put LeBron on a soccer pitch and he'll look useless. You put Ronaldo on a basketball pitch, he'll look useless too. It's just it's the same thing. Like one's training for one thing, the other's training
There's
for
also
another.
like isn't there like jujitsu moves that like specifically work better against people that are heavier against you? Is that not
Yeah,
true?
yeah.
Like,
Like a lot of
specifically-
grappling is like you use your opponent's like momentum or
weight.
force against them.
I think being strong works against you in like especially in jiu-jitsu because you kind of get away like when you're learning,
Uh-huh.
especially against smaller opponents, you get away with it just like, using your strength and
No,
not
yeah, I
using-
actually agree with that. Yeah.
So it kind of does like that was my experience when I like tried out jiu-jitsu for like a bit.
Mhm.
Never really got into it.
So you guys talked a lot about discipline. Is there any specific bad habits that you've like specifically cut out once you started working out?
Bad habits.
You guys still good?
Like not working out.
I'm not gonna lie.
You guys still good?
Not
They're not buying that.
like not working out is a bad habit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think I had like too many bad habits like that. I mean,
I mean diet,
I
maybe.
don't know.
yeah, diet.
Yeah, diet. Probably diet. Because like
Maybe-
before, you would just eat, stuff your face. I mean, you kind of just pick and choose whatever you want.
I like don't eat chips anymore. For example,
I don't eat chips either, bro. I don't eat snacks ever. Like I'm never eating.
because some
snacks.
fast food you can get like if you go to Chick-fil-A, you're still getting a tiny bit of protein.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best quality protein ever because it's it's blended up with like emulsifiers and like
Yeah.
flour.
The
Like I used to always come home from
Yeah.
school a few years ago, and I would like eat chips and stuff, and like, I mean, I would come home now and like I'm not eating chips. I'll like try to cook a meal or like try to eat something else. Like I don't know. Like I did notice that.
If
Like
you guys
yeah,
could
I
have
would do
one healthy meal for the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Steak.
No, like a meal, like a full
Like a
Steak,
full
eggs,
meal?
you should
Like
like steak,
rice,
eggs,
like
avocado, chicken,
avocado.
rice.
Yeah, build your cutting board.
What like what's my
Exactly.
favorite meal then, basically?
But like gym, like
Probably like I don't know. What would you say?
Like maybe like steak and potatoes or
Yeah, that's pretty
steak
good.
with like some sort of
Steak with some
like
sides,
rice or some
avocado.
carb.
Yeah.
No chicken. You guys not chicken. Big chicken.
No, I love chicken.
Nah.
I just like steak more.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I mean, you can't balance everything with one meal. Obviously, it's a little bit of a like, dumb question. I feel like, but
You,
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's my opinion, bro. Like I would do rice. I mean, if you asked it, I wouldn't have called it dumb.
I mean, first probably like dumplings or something.
Oh, okay. What would you say? Like
Dumplings.
I don't know Brazilian.
I'll say like rice, beans, eggs, something like that.
Yeah, I would go probably like ground beef,
cheese
mince.
bread. What's it called? What's it called?
Bonji cage.
Ones you
Oh,
can.
those are so good.
Set your bed.
I would go probably
Little
like
bites.
rice, sweet potato, ground beef, and avocado.
Yeah, sweet potatoes are so good.
Gas. You read it with like honey and like cinnamon on it.
Yeah, it's like a dessert. But
Do you
yeah, I
think
love
you guys are
those.
better cooks after you started like working out? Because you had to cook more. Like you guys.
I think I've always been a
Oh,
good
you've
cook.
always
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like a chef for a bit before lifting, like when I was like 13.
cook.
But like I'm not the best cook. I was just like when I started.
You can still be a chef.
Yeah,
Well,
you still can.
When I started learning,
Yeah,
it was really cool. Now I have other.
No more
I'm
chefing.
gonna pursue
No.
But like no, not really.
I
Anything
think I've gotten better at cooking steak.
I mean, you guys
I think
do-
that's
yeah,
it. Like cooking,
yeah.
being able to cook meat. Because before, like my dad would just grill it for me. and
Uh-huh.
stuff, yeah.
If anything, I would say like a little bit like of a worse cook. Like I don't know if you guys have ever had to eat like the tuna surprise. Like 12 a.m. You'd have.
Oh, so you would basically see
What is
yourself
that?
like,
Just like the
You don't know the
canned
tuna
tuna?
surprise, dude.
like you would lower your standards just because
Yeah.
you're eating
It's
for
still
taste,
trash.
not
Like-
for taste.
Canned tuna, like what?
Like
I'm not even lying. Canned tuna actually
rice.
tastes good.
Dude, no, it
I
doesn't.
think
He
it tastes
like drinks it in the water, like it's like
like-
water.
You don't gotta drink it.
Yeah, no, I know. Like it's just like it's a matter of convenience. It's like 11 p.m. I have to go to sleep like soon.
You need that protein.
I need that. Yeah,
It's a lot of protein.
Because if you're gonna eat like 3 cans of tuna, if it's a lot of tuna, and you want to balance out, like make it taste nice with mayo or something, like it's just too much mayo. It's too many
Yeah.
calories.
Or just deli meats. Like my mom just has
Yeah.
like a lot of ham or turkey, and I just like
Munch on
eat,
that.
like 10 slices. There's like 30 grams of protein or more maybe.
So what got you guys into? So all you guys have like a little social media where you post like your gym, your workouts. What got you guys into doing that, and how has that experience been so far?
Shout it out real quick.
What Infinity Fitness? I just thought it was time to just start like trying to have an account. I mean, if anything, it's at the least it's just for like self documentation, like progress,
Yeah.
and at the most, like if anything blows up, which obviously it won't because I'm not very good at creating content. But
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, how many followers?
Don't always hate on
I have
yourself.
70
Yeah,
followers, but
follow Vinny Fitness.
Yeah.
Check him on Instagram.
um,
I've seen your account. It's pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not the best at creating content, so it won't go super viral. But if it becomes viral, that could be like a medium to start like personal training, which is something I want to get into. So that
Yeah,
might be
builds
the
your clientele. Yeah, personal training is a good. You don't even have to have it as a full job, like side job. You pick it up a few days a week.
What about you guys? Like,
Yeah,
shout
so
out your account.
we run Optimal Oteros. We started it recently. I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, maybe.
I like
I don't know.
yeah, 4 weeks ago.
I'm not gonna lie, we were just really bored. Like I called him up one night and I said, "What I said?" I just said, "You want to make it?" Because we got bored.
I don't.
They just like,
I don't even.
I post like outside like the niche stuff, like we like make
Sounds
fun of
awesome.
yeah,
it.
that's how this podcast started.
We
You
got
came
like
up
the
with
Young Talks, basically.
Like no, we're
No,
not.
we don't do a lot of that talk. It's like it's all our videos are
It's
pretty
like
much
Watch day video or
That's
just
awesome.
like just
yeah. But we've been growing recently, so we're happy.
shout out on what platforms? TikTok.
Just
Just TikTok for now.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead with
I
a
don't
follow.
really use TikTok.
So would you guys ever like sell your programs or like, use
What
that
you
to
do?
make money?
I think later on, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
People want it, you know.
I don't think of like a program,
Mhm.
but
My advice.
more one-on-one training.
Yeah, one-on-one
Like a small-
training is great.
A
It's
small
easier.
clientele that you can charge
Yeah.
like a good amount,
Yeah.
like make
Mhm.
not that much work, but like just being able to really focus on someone and really help them achieve their goals. Because if you're just dropping like you can look up or you can chat GPT a program and it's
Yeah.
the same as me.
The programs don't mean anything. The real advice is what I wish I wish I had the real advice, like not like
Yeah.
going through TikToks and all that,
Yeah.
like making all these random splits, thinking that that's what was going to get me big. Like I wish I had someone one-on-one that could have taught me
Yeah.
everything,
Mhm.
but I didn't, you know. So like if I could give that to somebody else, that like
useful.
that'd be pretty. That
And
make
what you
me
program
happy.
is changes. Like you have to,
Yeah.
like, it's like a live like thing. It's not just one cookie cutter program that you
Exactly.
have
More
to use.
personalized.
And then you're like,
The program, it's like would you rather have like a fishing hook or like a few fish? You know, like that's the question, right? Yeah.
yeah. And you also like for me, if I ever do start training clients, like the big philosophy is going to be like it's not. I wouldn't want to have like that predatory business tactic of keeping them like
Mhm.
keeping them dependent on
like,
you.
you
Yeah,
want
not
to
like having giving them minimal results so they stick with you, but also not like teaching them or not making them know. That's like I think that's kind of predatory.
Uh-huh.
More like eventually them knowing enough to just go by themselves and like
Doing it their own.
doing it on their own. Yeah, yeah.
You
Not
teach a man
doing
to fish. Yeah.
and then you can bring
More. You
bring more clients.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They you show the good people. They're like, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you're gonna have a bigger contribution to society by doing that, and you're gonna feel better about yourself. Like, yes, you made your money. Like, you need to eat. You need to not just eat. Like, maybe buy some cool shit, but not like scamming people to live like to buy a Lambo. Like, you don't need a fucking Lambo. Like, it's better to help someone. Like, you'll feel more fulfilled knowing that you changed someone's life than having a Lambo.
That's a good review.
Yeah.
I like that. So how often a week do you guys think you spend flexing in the mirror?
It's actually a good question.
An hour.
A week? Only an hour? Like think about all the times. Think about all the times like you're just randomly going up to some random mirror like anywhere and you're just doing
It's like
something.
a moment. It's like a second. Like that doesn't add up.
Maybe it's not too. Maybe it's,
Like maybe a little bit more like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like I don't like after the gym I might flex for like 5 to 10 minutes and try to get like some progress pictures in. So
yeah, it's
a little longer than that.
after
but-
the shower.
maybe 2 hours.
The showers, yeah, the showers.
Well, sometimes like it's just my physique's there and then
Yeah.
brush my teeth. Like,
So, all right, so basically, you can't walk past a mirror without hitting a little
oh
song.
yeah. No.
Well, I'm not gonna lie though. When you just when you just when you don't always be hitting poses and you kind of just you go about it and you're just like really focusing on your gym and then just like randomly one day like you'll see yourself in the mirror or something and you'll be like, damn, that's
the
that's
progress. Yeah.
It's like when like a family member sees you kind of
like you don't always have to be constantly checking yourself out to like get the perfect angle to be like to reinforce your idea of being like
I mean, yeah.
I think, like I progress right now, you know,
you
like
guys heard of like angle maxing, like
yeah,
real,
I really think that stuff is like
it's
that's,
goofy. Like you're
exactly you're just like you're trying to
you're fooling yourself. Like,
yeah, exactly,
Or
fooling
or
yourself.
not really. You're fooling everyone but yourself. Like you know you don't look
Yeah.
like that. Like what's the point?
exactly, yeah.
Do you guys think that the gym's giving you like kind of more body dysmorphia? Like
No.
I think like the stuff I do for the like the bulk definitely
Yeah.
like I was like one day like I thought I had this like mindset of look I eat whatever I want and I don't even look bad and then one day I kind of just looked at myself like damn like I did do the dirty bulk I didn't know what I was doing like I heard a couple people talking about that on social media and I kind of just fell for it and one day you look at yourself and you're like damn like what's the point of me living? I didn't talk to people. Let's say like he's fat like, they wouldn't say he's jacked like they'll say like he's fat and he looks like he works out sometimes. I mean, some people would probably still call me fat, but then I mean, right now I would probably say objectively I'm not like fat, but definitely have like a little weight on me.
Well, I think with like that, you always want to be bigger and look better, but like
I don't think it's
then-
true body dysmorphia.
I think, but yeah, I don't think I've gone like barely a little more, but I think at that, like just at the end of the day, you have to like compare yourself to your past self and just improve yourself and just see how far you've come. And yeah,
What do you guys say is your dream physique?
I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I'm like 5'11" right now. Hopefully, if I gain like another inch or whatever, like if I end up being 6 foot,
To fight?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, inch of height, yeah. If I gain another inch of height, probably like I don't know, 170 lean, 175 lean. Like,
No, like
oh, person.
oh, like a person.
a reference.
I don't know. I think like sometimes when I just look at random people and I see their physiques, I think they look better than like some like some built up guy. But if I had to choose like a built up dude, like bro, I think Mundy, like that dude's physique is crazy. Like his
You
arms,
have to turn black first.
yeah, but his physique is crazy. Like, if
Yeah.
I could have any
It's-
physique like something like that, yeah.
Yeah. But
I think same with that. I don't really have like a specific. I mean, like I kind of like used to like Alex Eubanks.
yeah, me
but,
too.
like,
Before he hopped.
but
Yeah.
like yeah, Elijah Mundy's a good one. He's a mess. But yeah, I mean he's like 6'5", so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's hard. But proportionally
Yeah.
speaking, if I could get something like that, that's what I would want.
I like Hussein.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
his-
Hussein.
I mean, I don't like him as a like. I mean, I don't have a problem. I don't like him particularly as an influencer.
Yeah.
But I like his physique a lot. I don't know if it's natural. A lot of people kind of question the.
I think someone said he's not natural, like people
A
say.
lot of people say it, but you know, he might be. I mean, he's shown progress, but some people are just like freaks.
I mean, some people like they say like people always say like, oh man, like you're not natural. Like it low key just has to do with like how much tests they have. Like
And
That's
genetics.
it, yeah,
Genetics is
genetics.
like a massive factor.
You guys like I kind of don't like blaming your genetics. So, like the other day,
I don't like it.
the other day someone called like said you have.
What?
5 minutes?
Nah, keep going, keep
What
going.
was it? Wait,
Yeah,
what's the timing though?
No.
Lucas.
Oh,
Alright, wait, my bad.
You said something.
Sure,
like
sure,
that.
sure,
Yeah.
Should be blamed.
Wait, restart like the
Yeah.
whole thing. Go.
So the other day, someone told me like that I have good genetics, but I'll show them a picture when I was like 14 and I look normal. I think I don't have bad genetics. Like I don't have the genetics for like I don't know, to have like a disease or like the inability to build muscle. I don't have like particularly low or high testosterone. Like I'm just like an average person.
Yeah.
I think you can outwork your genetics and
Definitely.
of course like do that. But I think there's some people that like.
Or
Do
freaks.
you know who Trevor Bankston is? It's
No.
this one guy who's like so
And
strong.
he just lifts like
It's,
crazy,
like,
7 plates on
crazy.
shoulder press,
That's
side.
and he's just like yeah.
I kind of hate when people say like just say like you have good genetics. That's what like they kind of attribute your progress to that, or they say like you were never that fat. Like that I hate because like, for me I definitely felt like I was fat. It was a struggle to get to where I am, and just saying that kind of just takes away your.
Yeah. I think most
you were
people,
mad fat, bro.
You were biggest enemy, bro.
Now you look mad good though.
Okay, so you guys have any advice for like the people who want to get jacked? Like anything specifically you would tell them that on top of progress?
Just train hard, get sleep, and eat like get your protein in. And, yeah, eat well.
don't worry about like you can't start comparing yourself to other people. Like you can chase something that you want to get, but let it be something that you want. Like don't let it be something. If someone says something to you about like like your physique or whatever, like saying like I don't know, like I have no idea, but like whatever they say, like you just have to think about how you have compared to yourself and like to see that progress and like just stay consistent in the gym and you'll be good. Like train hard, eat well, yeah, like you'll be good. That's all that there is to it. I mean, training people like to overcomplicate it. I feel like, but that is really all it is to it. Just don't let yourself become trapped within other people's visions of you. Like just let it be whatever you want to be for yourself.
I just think stay passionate about it. Find a way to make it like
Yeah.
a thing of passion and not like forcing yourself like, oh, I have to go to the gym. Like just like find the love it. Turn it into a place to. I mean, some people might hate like the idea of it being a social place, but at the end of the day, it is. Like if you're going to the gym every day and putting on your hoodie and like, acting like it's like you're like a fucking like what, like it's war. Like it's not. I've said that before. Like just find a way to enjoy it, especially if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
If you bench 315 and you act like the gym is war, like sure, like do your thing, man. It's fucking working. But if you're a beginner, just find to enjoy it. Don't like. If you're dreading going to the gym, you're doing something wrong. I think.
Yeah. I also think that we didn't really talk about it too much, but I think pre-workout, it's really not. It's not bad for you. Like some people think pre-workout's like objectively bad for you, but
I think it depends.
taking it for the gym is like it's pretty substantially like it's
Yeah.
good because you're getting your caffeine in, which you kind of need caffeine to work out.
What do you guys use?
I look, you just take energy drinks. Like I took pre-workout, like real pre-workout, like what was it? Was it Godzilla or something like
Oh.
Gorilla, like whatever it's called.
Rise. Something like that.
I used to- yeah, Rise.
I mean,
Rise.
all of that, all those brands are gonna give you the same stuff, more or less.
I
But
gotta disagree.
I think that I think that the energy drinks are good because they're way easier. You just buy one, pick one up. They're cheap, like Monster, Ghost, like all of
How
this
much you spend?
with L-carnitine on energy drinks, like less than $10.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually don't take pre-workout for my lower days
Yeah.
because I don't know, like I feel like I don't need them.
Dude.
But I take them for my upper
Oh.
days.
I don't take pre-workout or anything
Nothing.
like that. No, I
Okay,
feel
but
motivated.
That's why if
Yeah.
you can do that, that's probably the best way. Like you don't need energy. They definitely don't. For me, I kind of just like went down this like the way of taking pre-workout, so it would be really hard for me to just stop completely. I think a lot of the people who hate on pre-workout are like small, and that's why they hate on it. And like you can clearly see like
I think it's great.
Yeah, me too. I take like the C-Bum pre-workout, like Bum,
Mhm.
the raw nutrition. But it's cleaner than like Rise. Like it has cleaner ingredients.
Yeah.
It's like pink Himalayan salt. Like they don't have any artificial sweeteners or colors.
Mhm.
So I just feel healthier taking that. I definitely do take more than I should. For my leg days, I take like 600 milligrams of protein. Which is like 6 cups of coffee. Like definitely don't do that if you don't need to. But that's just like what I like. Yeah.
So me personally, like I drink coffee and have like some honey.
Mhm.
Would you guys say that's good, or would you guys recommend
That,
something
that
else?
actually is good.
Yeah, that's great.
You
Maybe
could
I'll
also
do
take like I've heard these things about like you mix a little bit of lemon and cayenne pepper and you take one of those shots and it just gets your like it literally gets your blood rushing. Like your whole system like will get your blood rushing. Like gotta get your blood pumping. That's all you really need.
Yeah, like before I work out, I usually like sometimes have like some carbs, like a banana or like banana and honey with some
You
like
need
salt.
carbs. You need carbs
Or
before you
like
work
I
out.
also take like electrolytes before I work out and
Yeah.
try to be hydrated and get carbs in before I work out.
Yeah, that's good advice. Definitely like pure carbs. Try not to get any like fat or like protein before the gym.
Yeah, the
in
carbs
my opinion.
it gives you glycogen. That's what your
Yeah.
body stores as energy, and nothing else gives you that. So that's
Protein you can, but like
That's-
it's just
that's-
you don't want to be you don't want to be digesting something too like heavy.
Uh-huh.
Like protein, fiber. Like you don't want
So
your body
protein
to
after.
yeah. I would go with that and carbs. You need to like recover
but more or less, it doesn't really matter when you get your protein and during the
as long as you get
as long as you
yeah.
get it. in,
It's just if you eat like a pound of beef before the gym, you're not gonna. But
Yeah.
that's more because of the fat. I think. Like I
Yeah.
think protein is lighter.
Yeah.
Some people I think eat protein before the gym.
So you guys heard the term like functional muscle and see
yeah,
people.
empty muscle. That's
Yeah, people talk about like athlete workouts versus bodybuilder workouts.
I can definitely say it. Like it's bullshit. Like
Mhm.
you can like there's strength and there's athleticism, and those are two things.
yeah.
You know, like
You train for different things.
would you do push-ups for your back? No. Like would you do if there's a variation of push-ups that kind of slightly hit your back? Would you do it? Like no. You'll do your push-ups for your chest and your
Yeah.
triceps, and then you'll do something else for your back. That's kind of a bad analogy, but the point is, if you see most like athletes, if you see like any soccer player, they do bodybuilding workouts, like
Mhm.
empty muscle workouts. Like they'll do the same shit. They'll do 3 for 10, which is kind of like that's historically what's being like widely regarded as the best.
3 sets of 10 reps.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do that personally, but they'll do like something around that, like 3 by 8 to 10.
They train for different things.
And then
I don't know.
you see what they do for athleticism, and it's just running, sprinting,
Mhm.
like band work, plyometrics. So it's
Yeah.
different. Like you don't need to combine these things. It's like when you use I think a better analogy is like straps
Mhm.
for back exercise, and people say, oh, like you're not hitting your forearms. But if you see my forearms, they're probably bigger than a lot of people
Yeah.
who don't use straps because I train my forearms and I isolate them.
Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
Take them to
Just-
failure.
Isolating muscles is like what mainly happens in bodybuilding. Like
Yeah.
when you're working for athleticism, you're not necessarily trying to. I mean, they're two completely different like sports. I mean, athleticism is a sport, but like like you're training for two completely different things. Like you said, like you're doing a lot of band work, like you're doing a lot of explosive stuff. Like
Yeah.
you're doing like stuff that you would do in like a game or whatever sport it is that you're doing. Like you're doing stuff to help you for that.
It's a skill, yeah.
And you're doing that, I guess, for bodybuilding too. It's just like I guess most people don't really view it as like a traditional sport or whatever. But it's two completely different things. And yeah,
It's like benching.
Yeah.
Like benching is kind of a skill. So
it's a skill, 100%.
Like yeah, it might be mostly strength, and it does build muscle, but it's mostly a skill. Like how much of your legs can you engage and get like that drive?
Yep.
Mhm.
Like how you grab the bar, how you twist your grip into the bar.
Yeah.
And that's why some people have like less muscle, but they can bench more and they're stronger. It's not that they actually have like more functional muscle or
Yeah.
stronger muscle, like denser
It's
muscle.
just they're better at a
It's
specific lift.
like a lot of terms that people just. It's this thing of just like making things up with logic because it makes sense. Like people train and they chase that burn and they think it makes sense to them. But that's just not what the literature
Oh,
says.
man, the burn,
Yeah.
the pump,
Yeah. You can
soreness.
listen. If there's an experiment done on 100,000 people and it shows the same for everyone or for almost everyone, you're not the outlier, dude. Like just because you think that the pump is giving you more muscle.
Yeah, that's another thing. People mainly, I used to think I was like an outlier with like certain lifts that I guess I didn't think I was growing with. I'm like, man, like maybe my genetics suck or man, like all this.
Yeah.
Like, but I kind of think that, people should stop blaming on that, like you're not the outlier, like more or less, like you're not
Like special. Like but yeah, no, I don't believe in this like functional muscle. Like it's just a skill. Like
Mhm.
like doing like a specific like you see people that try to sell you that split of like my training plan will make you more athletic, it'll train like your fascia. I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
That's
It's like the knee thing.
it's like the outer coating. Like if you've ever had meat,
Mhm.
it's like that like layer of like silver skin. That's your fascia. It's like the lining of the muscle. Like that's not what makes you athletic. It's just a skill. It's like how you can engage your muscles, how you can turn, how explosive you are.
Mhm.
It's the training for those things is more of a skill than it is just like linear progress of like physical like a physical
Like
change.
there's so many people with strong legs.
It's actually mental
like
conditioning.
they can't jump high, for example.
Yeah.
Like it's like
A lot of the gym is actually mental. Like, your brain is probably like
Yeah.
your brain
So-
does more than the actual muscle.
You would say like athletes should do the same workouts as bodybuilders and then play their sport.
No, I think they
No.
should for strength if they want. Like it's like having muscle is important. Like if you see like I mean I'm a big soccer
not
fan. You see like Hansi Flick.
Mhm.
He coached Bayern. He coached Barca.
Mhm.
You see how the players changed when they were under him. Like
Mhm.
for Bayern, you see like Goretzka. He's a player like
Yeah,
like
like
his
he's
arm.
they all put on weight.
Yeah, people say he was on
Uh-huh.
steroids. Like you see Lewandowski.
Mhm.
He played for both teams under him, and like Yamal, Balde. Like it's a part of the game to put on muscle and to be strong. As much as not as much, but to a degree it is, and it will bring up your game. But I definitely think if you're a soccer player, you shouldn't be lifting 5 times a week
Yeah,
because
you
that's
gotta
just
be doing like the
redundant.
workouts
Yeah.
that you're supposed to be doing
Yeah.
like, in your sport or whatever. Like that's what people do to get
If you're a soccer player for the most part, like Favo, you can say like, you're a soccer player. You just pick up a ball and play it.
Yeah, and I mean like also I think it's for athletes like they're like if they want to get faster, it's not like if you just like do leg extensions like that, it will probably be more helpful to do like those athletic workouts where you do like like not like a full squat, but people do like explosive like quarter squats or like do like quick like agility drills. That's what like gets you faster. And yeah,
I think there's a proven way to put on muscle, and if that's your goal, if that's like that's what you want, then you should be doing what's proven to build muscle, not like a combination, like an amalgamation of two things. And if you want to be more athletic, you should do what's proven to improve athleticism.
Mhm.
And if you want to be better at soccer, it's just picking up the ball and
Yeah.
playing. It's like going to the gym is really not going to influence that,
Yep.
how good you are.
Mhm.
People
just-
think going to the gym, getting jacked, they're going to be athletic at sports. It's not going to happen at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you're finishing.
Nah, I got one more question. All right, so what do you guys think about like calisthenic people? They say like, oh, calisthenics
Oh,
will get you way better.
calisthenics,
Like this
yes.
is better than lifting. This is what you should be doing. What do you think about those
It's
guys?
the completely different sport.
If you
Like,
can dish it out, you can take it. Like I could say the same thing.
Mhm.
Like it's a completely different thing. Like nice, it's cool if you want to do that and like not be. I don't know. I feel like a lot of calisthenic athletes are very like smug about it. Like oh, like we're
Yeah,
we're
yeah, they think
better
they're
than-
better. They think they're better.
But,
It's
like-
like a one-sided beef kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Like I'm sure there's girls who can do like 100 pull-ups. That doesn't mean like that doesn't mean they're stronger than a bodybuilder. They're definitely not stronger than
It's
a bodybuilder.
bodybuilder. It has to be all bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Like, just if you're going to train around your body,
But it's cool. It's
there's
definitely
always going to be there's always going to be a limit to
Yep.
how strong you can end up getting, because you're technically not going to be able to push over a certain extent, unless I guess if you do banded dips or
Or like variations.
yeah,
or, like,
variations,
weighted
you
and
do
stuff.
weighted dips, but like then that kind of gets into like the point of like kind of not even being.
Yeah, because then at some point you're just doing too
Yeah,
many
at some
reps.
point you're
Dude,
just
I think
getting-
if that's what you need to do, if that's what you think is cool, if that's what's accessible, if you're progressively overloading in some way and you're like humble about it, I think that's fine. I just find that a lot more like
it's just
calisthenics.
completely different. Like
Yeah.
two different things again.
But you can put on muscle. I've seen big ass like calisthenics.
Yeah, yeah.
you can put on a good physique, but at a point it's like where you're doing 100 pull-ups, and that's like
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even weighted.
It might be cool, but like I don't know.
Nah, I think there's.
That's not-
I just think I think there's.
Not
I think I can't like completely peg that down until I'm bigger than every single calisthenic like athlete in the world, which I'm not, or like lifter, or whatever. Like it's kind of like this.
So once you are, then you'll confidently say that it's bullshit.
No, because like it's like when you see I'm always open minded to anything, right? Like you see these guys in the gym and they're decently big, but they're also like they've been trained for 40 years
Yeah,
and they could have progressed in
so much better.
Yeah, so much better. Like, they
I,
can so much
I
bigger.
know exactly what you're saying.
I don't think there's a problem with saying that. And they're like, oh,
He's
but
passionate about this.
I've been training for 40 years, like, and it's worked for me. But it's like I've been training for 3 years and I'm bigger than you, so
Damn.
Clearly it hasn't worked well enough. So I mean, if you want to do calisthenics because it's fun, that's one thing. But if you want to do it and you think it's better than like lifting weights, like it's definitely not for the purpose of building muscle. For the purpose of
For hypertrophy and building a muscle up and being able to progressively overload it isn't.
I also hear like they always like make up these made up scenarios.
Uh-huh.
Like they're like, oh, what if you fall off a building? You have to pull yourself off. Like how many buildings have you fallen off, dude? Like, or like I've seen these like people on TikTok.
Or are you just saying that because you can't do a muscle up?
I mean, if I was falling off a building, I'd also use my legs. I wouldn't like do like a like perfect.
What do you? You're like,
Yeah, but
no,
what if the building had a little ledge?
you're on the bar. Like you.
I mean,
what are you gonna do? Like,
What if there was someone stepping on one of your fingers and then the other finger had like a nail in it?
dude, like I don't know. I'm not James Bond, Like I don't think I'll ever be in that
Yeah,
situation. If
a lot of them think.
if I am, I'll die.
People think calisthenics is like really cool. Like, I mean, I think it's pretty cool too. Like some of the stuff they can do, like they can do like handstand push-ups and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But like
backwards.
for building muscle, like it's definitely not going to be the best thing.
Some people we'll find that they do it and they don't put on muscle and they'll be confused because they see a guy on TikTok, but it's just survivorship bias. You're seeing the biggest, like on TikTok, you're seeing like the people who've gotten the most out of that, and that's why you're seeing. That's the reason you're seeing them, because they're big. I also think like have you seen these guys that train like warrior routines? Like, oh, I train like a warrior. Like warriors didn't fucking do that. Like you're making it all up.
Like kettlebell swings,
It's
like kettlebell stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The
I don't know if you follow this guy.
Viking guy,
You follow
used to be- yeah,
you follow this guy real fast
um,
jiu-jitsu. He says like the same thing. Like he was he served in Syria, I think,
Mhm.
and he trains bodybuilding and he trains jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
like
separate
military
parts.
people, they do bench, squat, deadlift.
Yeah.
They stick to the same things as like traditional bodybuilders.
I think anytime someone brings up that like
the people who talk about the traditional bodybuilders are looking at those bodybuilders and thinking like, man, like they're doing this, it must have worked. First of all, those dudes are all on gear, like
Mhm.
they're all blasting something. They're all the top of their sport. Like they're literally the best of the best. And they're also, they've also back then, they're probably doing workouts for more than like 3 hours in the gym. Like their whole day revolves around the gym and they're blasting like this, probably eating 300 grams of protein a day, 400 grams. Like they're doing everything overkill.
Yeah.
And to a point, it will work because they're doing it so much, but there's always going to be a more efficient way to do something.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is today, you know?
especially for natural athlete, like
Yeah.
a bodybuilder definitely doesn't have to worry about recovery as much as we do.
Yeah.
And
And you can just
It
see
has-
how physiques have inflated. Like
yeah.
most people just look in general. You can disagree with it with like the weight and like whatever.
No, I mean, I'm just gonna say like you always hear people saying like, oh, this isn't even an impressive physique, and then someone will be like, oh, gym inflation. I think people on Instagram are just dickheads, and they always like try to put that down.
I think that definitely, but like I do genuinely believe that if you compare like just in terms of the kind of workouts that people do today compared to like You just go like, if you looked at some random dude off the street, not pulling the bodybuilder, like some dude who's doing his squats, bench, and deadlifts or whatever, he probably has some like underdeveloped chest, like he has some like decent arms, like he's probably 40 years old, like like you have this kind of prototype in your mind of like what this guy probably looks like, but like compared to today, if you like have your more efficient lifting, like someone who did that and it's 40, you probably look way better than the dude from like 40 years ago.
I definitely think those people that are hopping from literature to literature, I mean, I've seen Keenan flaps, and I think that's a good exercise.
They're actually good.
Yeah,
they're really good.
But then I've seen like other like some guy like you're maxing out the chest press machine, not the chest fly, like, and you're small. Like clearly you shouldn't be doing that. I never did that, and like I'm big now. I don't know if that's like just like you call that appeal to authority. Just because I'm big and well, I'm not big, but like I'm bigger than I was back then, or than some of these kids.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it might not be correct, but I do think some people need to drop the weight. Like they're doing it's affecting their form, and they're just
Well, I think with most machine exercises, the reason why machines are so good is like I was talking about this yesterday. They give you the stability and help your form to like 90% of the way, basically. So
What's
it
your
allows
machine?
you like my favorite machine, man, probably pec deck.
like that.
Yeah, pec
It's
deck.
like pec deck or there's this good incline press. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he has it
okay.
at IB.
And I
Yeah,
it's not the same one as
it's a neutral grip thing. Oh, there's so much other stuff.
Yeah?
Like pronated grips and all that stuff, man. But
I think you should switch.
yeah.
So I mean, nah, I'm loyal, bro.
I'm not at IB either.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's that
I know.
like big of a
It
difference.
really
really
is.
not.
It's not.
It's, a lot of the kids that go there also like just like
Uh-huh.
not-
But you guys do
They're
think like
just
machine
small.
workouts help your form a lot more?
Yeah.
I think
it's
machine
crazy.
workouts training as optimal as you possibly can and efficiently. I think machines are going to be the best thing for that. And like doing the cable workouts, like doing a machine chest press or like it can be plate loaded, but it's still going to be like like a
Yeah.
For the purpose of time, I think compounds are very beneficial. The fact that you can just hit like 3 muscles at the same time.
But you do think like if you have time, energy, you would want to like specify this
Yeah,
tricep
100%.
shoulder.
I don't want to optimize. Like I don't believe in that.
There's some people who don't want to
Yeah.
do it and find it less enjoyable.
You can call me an idiot. Yeah, you can call me an idiot for that. But like, I'd rather just hit my bench, dude. Like, leave me alone. Like,
Yeah.
I like it. I find it fun.
I get it.
Not everything needs to be optimal.
But you
Like,
think the
like,
most efficient is not doing
yeah, like these guys are concerned about like lifting optimally, but everything else in their life is unoptimal. They don't talk to they never talk to a girl in their life. That's not optimal, man. It's not how you're meant to be living life. So,
Like,
so
today I decided to do incline flies like it's like instead of like a normal
Was it like-
chest press. So
it was like 5 kids on the chest press that way.
I miss out on like the tricep activation from like incline bench press. So like I guess I need to do like the reason why I do is just because my triceps are less tired when I do my tricep exercises. So yeah, like that's
There's
why
always a degree,
isolation is good.
like you can do your like I would say 100% isolate a muscle like to an efficient degree. Like for back, for example, you're gonna get 2 exercises. You're gonna do upper back row, like you're gonna do your flared out row, and then you're gonna do your lat pull downs, and that's all you really need for back, pretty much. And then for chest, you'll get your
What do you mean by flared out row? Like,
like a chest supporter row, like
Gotcha.
like this for your
and
traps.
then
for your
the what
traps.
high row?
No, the other one's lat pull
Lat
downs
pull.
for your lats.
So 2.
That doesn't work your
Like-
lats. That works your traps.
What does?
A high row like this, that works your
Oh, like
traps.
No, because you said 3.
like
things.
face
Oh no, I
massage.
said 2. I said 2.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Lat pull because I do like high rows.
For your lats. I'm talking about the other machine. I'm talking about the chest supported row machine.
Yeah.
You just grip the highest part and you're pulling out like
Yeah.
this. That works your traps. That's for your upper back.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I
What'd you
didn't
think
know
it
that
was?
either. I thought it was like
That's
mid
not-
lower.
Yeah, I mean, I like people say I feel in my lats, but sometimes
Yeah,
you feel
No,
something. And it's
that,
not.
that
actually
works your traps. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Uh,
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So you guys think it's dumb how like gymnasts say doing like pull-ups is the best thing you can do for your
Dude,
biceps?
if you see a gymnast's arm, like they're big, like just let them.
Well, most of those
Yeah.
gymnasts who have also been doing it are literally doing that every single. Like
yeah,
it's like
And
it's
then-
like
and also-
and then they have very underdeveloped like other parts. Like
Mhm.
it's a different thing.
like
but,
you see that thing where like people will tell you one thing, but it's not how they got big.
They just are
Like
big.
a lot, okay, you guys might disagree with this, but a lot of these like science-based lifters
Uh-huh.
did get big doing like again also science-based. What was science-based at the time, but maybe what's being a little bit like
you can
shifted
get
up.
big doing anything.
Yeah.
It's almost anything.
It's just intensity, but like they got big, like benching, going for PRs. That's how they got big.
Uh-huh.
And then now they're telling you need to like do 3 reps of like Keenan flaps, but that's not how they got big. So that's the only thing. Like it's a balance. It's like both sides have a point. Like you've seen like these arguments between like if you know Rumbus coaching, I showed you.
Yeah.
You guys have heard of him like Yo Talks,
Mhm.
but that's kind of just like like rage baiting.
Yeah.
Rumbus.
I think that
I like TNF too.
the way that the science-based thing is evolved is it's at its best thing right now, definitely. Like a couple months ago, like it was still pretty stupid with
I just think they're too
Yeah.
smug about it. Like,
Yeah.
like if you're not big and like don't be so convinced that what you're doing is the right thing. Like,
I think there's a point where like
if you're
it's too
yeah,
much.
if you're Mr. Olympian, sure, go like talk shit all you want. Or if you're like a very like TNF,
Yeah.
dude, TNF could call me a dickhead and like I can't say anything. You can say
So
what I'm
basically,
doing.
you're only taking advice from people bigger than you.
Well, not necessarily, but I'll only.
That's
take,
just how life.
yeah, that's how life
Yeah,
is.
low
Like,
key.
That's how life.
when you listen to a homeless person like for I mean, let them do your taxes.
No. But let me tell you, like the scientists finding out the data about these lifts and everything, the
Aren't
scientists you listen to, they might not be like big like that. They just
Right, but that's like peer review. Like that's just evidence, right? That's not
Yeah.
then like in my opinion. If it's a matter of opinion, then yeah, and if it's anecdotal stuff, I'll
But
listen.
there's just one.
No, that makes sense.
There's just one specific thing that has to do with the concentric versus the eccentric of the lift. So the eccentric is like when you're lifting the weight down. The concentric is when you're pushing it up. For 3-4 years now, the science-based community was talking about you got to control the eccentric, like you got to go down as slow as possible, like you can drop the weight if you want to,
He tells
and
me
that's
that.
and that's how you're gonna get big.
That's
And I used to tell people that too because
that's
that's what I genuinely
no,
believe.
it's the timing of it.
But it's actually, but now there's new stuff like it's always coming out that says like it doesn't really matter that much
No,
because
there's a certain time.
it's hindering
supposed to be the same, right?
the amount of reps that you can get out, and it doesn't let you progressively overload, which is true. And
The
it's actually
eccentric is supposed to be the same. The concentric is supposed to slow down.
the concentric when you're pushing up is more important than lifting it down 100%. Like you want to be able to control the weight, but you don't want to tire yourself out on that because you're going to limit the amount of reps and you're not going to be able to progressively overload.
I mean, I don't follow too closely like science based, like Jeff Nippard and
Yeah, but those guys are the dudes who are talking about.
Yeah. But I mean, I remember watching a video about Jeff Nippard like a year ago saying the eccentric is supposed to be the same, and then you like should pause for a tiny bit at the top, and then the concentric should slow down.
Yeah,
for the closer you get to failure.
I think also like a bad thing about the science-based community
No, definitely.
is that with like all these new exercises coming out every single day, people are changing their exercise routine
should-
like all the time. But like what I've seen the most progress is like past 3 months I've stuck to the same exercises and done them consistently. And I think if you switch an exercise every week, you're not able to progressively overload as well.
You're a track at that one.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's
So, in conclusion, is getting jacked worth it?
I guess, yeah. One. Yes or no?
One word.
Yes.
yes.
Jason Tatar.
Gay son.
No explanations.
Dude, love is love.
Yeah, answer. Everyone.
Love is love.
You guys all gay son. All right.
Thank you guys for joining us.
This is Chris.
Octavio.
This was I Believe in That, episode 3.
Yes.